What's up, y'all? This be your boy Scotty, and you're watching my review of Basketball Wives LA Season 3, Episode 8. I think that's what the episode number is. What is up, y'all? I did not do a review last week simply because of the fact that I was too sick to do a review. My allergies were bothering me, and the only review that I was up to par to doing was The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it just wasn't my week last week. So I just didn't want to do it simply because I was sick and my allergies were getting the best of me, like I said before. But this review is going to be short. There's only 3 things that's worth discussing out of this whole episode. I will say that Basketball Wives LA has pretty much seen their best ratings in all 3 seasons. This is the best season that they've had for a long time. So at the end of the day, it doesn't look like Miami is going to come back. I mean, Tammy is gone, Evelyn is gone, Shaunie tried to get a spinoff, and those were the 3 main characters of the show because nobody really cared about Susie and nobody cared about Tasha. So I don't see Basketball Wives Miami coming at all. If Basketball Wives do come back, it's probably going to be just the Basketball Wives LA franchise, and that's that because Love and Hip Hop is basically taking up Basketball Wives, the whole thing. So let's just get into the whole thing. Jackie has invited the girls on a trip to France, okay? Pretty much. She's trying to get this cognac shit popping, and they invited her to France, and she's invited Sunday, she's invited Britta, she's invited Malaysia, and Brandy. But she's not really as enthusiastic about inviting Drea due to the issues that they've had, issues that she's created, but she want to blame Drea about every motherfucking thing that went down because her daughter is involved in it. But that's neither here nor there now, is it? So she's still contemplating on inviting Drea on a trip. So speaking of Drea, we get into Brandy and Drea, and they decide that they want to make up. Because I didn't review the last episode, let me just speak my piece on where I stood with the situation between Brandy and Drea. The thing about it is, I understood wholeheartedly where Brandy was coming from, and I also understood where Drea was coming from. From Brandy's side, she just met this bitch almost 2 months ago, so that's not really enough time to consider someone a friend. You know what I'm saying? You cannot use that word loosely these days because in my own experience, you calling a motherfucker your friend and this motherfucker really ain't your motherfucking friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can call somebody a motherfucking friend all day, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's your friend. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, to create a lasting friendship, to even be able to consider someone a friend, it takes more than 5 weeks to consider a motherfucker a friend, because sometimes you can be friends with a motherfucker for 5 years and realize that they're not your motherfucking friend. So I understood exactly what Brandy was coming from with this, so I didn't even knock her for that. As far as Drea is concerned, I also understood where Drea is coming from too. I mean, I got your number, we talking to each other on the phone, we're texting each other, we're hanging out, doing one-on-ones. If we're not friends, then why the fuck are we doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck are we getting close, knit, having these personal ass conversations? I don't really have personal conversations with a motherfucker that I consider a hangout buddy. I don't do that. If you my motherfucking friend, you know me inside and out. If I can't be open to nobody else, I need to be open to a motherfucker that I call my friend, and with no motherfucking regrets. So I understand where Drea coming from. The only reason why what Brandy said came off the wrong way is simply because of how Sunday and Jackie decided to bring it to her. They wanted to be messy. Jackie and 7 whole days wanted to be messy about the situation and to see some mess pop off. And that is the only reason why that shit even went left like that. And I don't think that Brandy meant any harm by what she said. But she never really means harm about anything that she says. It just comes off wrong. But she said it in front of the wrong motherfucking people. If she wanted to say that to somebody, she should have said that to Drea. But at the end of the day, Brandy and Drea got past that shit, and I'm glad that they did because I like Brandy and Drea and I want to see them remain friends. So getting into what this whole episode was centered around, the Chantel and Drea and Orlando shit. Now last week, like I said, I didn't review the episode, and so y'all didn't get my chance to get my opinion. The only, I had certain people on Twitter was trying to come for me based off my motherfucking opinion on the situation, and it's a week later and my opinion still don't change. I honestly feel like Chantel is the fucking liar because she's very motherfucking defensive about the situation. The way that she's coming off, it just screams that she got something to hide, and she just doesn't want to look like the bitch that get down like that. At the end of the day, if you fucked a friend, you just fucked a friend. And you know what? In all actuality, at the end of the day, we may never know the truth. We really may never know if Orlando is only saying it to cover up his own ass with Drea, and we may never know that Chantel could be possibly telling the truth and that Orlando was a dog ass nigga. We may never know the motherfucking truth, but in my motherfucking opinion, just based off her actions and how defensive she has been about the situation from the very motherfucking beginning, she's a liar. Because when she was telling Jackie about it and Jackie told Drea, and Jackie went back and told, Chantel what happened, Chantel was going in on Drea. Talking about she need to write books like she did or do music like she did or just trying to downplay Drea. And that's why she came off as a jealous ass bitch. That's why I don't believe nothing that bitch got to say. So if anybody got a problem with what the fuck I think about the situation, I don't give a fuck because my opinion don't change. And they tried to compare this situation to the Kandi and Monique situation, which I don't see it as the same thing simply because Kandi wasn't the one that brought up her situation with Chuck. Monique was the one who tried to be messy and bring it up and got shut down. That's the difference. Drea didn't even know shit about Chantel. And Jackie is the one who made Chantel a fucking conversation. If it wasn't for Jackie bringing the shit up in the first place, none of this would be going on. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I just don't see it as the same damn thing, okay? Because Kandi wasn't the one being messy. Kandi didn't even give a fuck about Chuck. Just like Drea really don't give a fuck about Chantel. Chantel is the one that's acting like she gives a fuck about Orlando. You know what I'm saying? And Drea said that they got, just like Chantel say she got proof, Orlando say he got proof too. And I honestly do believe that she went out with their main friend. I honestly believe that shit. I mean, that's just my motherfucking opinion. It ain't about me liking Drea. It's just about the way the situation is playing out and the way that Chantel is acting. She's a little bit too turned up about a motherfucker that didn't mean shit to her. She even said herself that she was at his house washing his dishes, being Molly the maid. So why are you so motherfucking upset? And then, Drea and Orlando popped up on her ass and she really got offended and started talking, running off at the mouth. But I understand she was trying to defend her mama or whatnot, because I want to defend mine too, so I'm not even mad at her about that. But she is so, like, I don't have to respect this hoe, you know what I'm saying? Like, she steady going in on Drea. And she is acting like she mad because Drea ended up with Orlando and she did. That's just really how I feel about it. So at the end of the day, I think that Chantel is a liar. But like I said, that's my opinion. We really don't know if Orlando is lying to cover his ass with Drea. And if it ever came out that that's true, that he was covering his ass up with Drea, I will be stood corrected. But until then, I think that Chantel is a lying ass hoe and she's mad because her car got pulled. And that's my motherfucking opinion. If you don't like it, you know I don't give a fuck. So with that being said, y'all, this is my review on Basketball Wives LA, episode 8. And I'll be back for episode 9. I'm gonna do a Bitch Are You Serious this week. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna do a Bitch Are You Serious, and I might just start back doing my perspective videos because I haven't done one of those in like months. I haven't talked about the blogs in a long time, but it just depends on what I find or whatever. So I'm gonna do a Bitch Are You Serious, and I'm probably gonna do my testimony too. I'm probably gonna do my Bitch Are You Serious tomorrow before I go to work, and I'm gonna do my testimony on Wednesday. And it'll be out early Thursday morning, probably. Just depends on how I feel. So I'm out of here, y'all.